On this planet, you will die. We have foreseen it. But the Bene Gesserit has been wrong before. From time to time. And I don't know, I'm not a Bene Gesserit, I don't know. Hello, it's me, Doom Pastry, back with Dune Spice Wars. Let's get it started. It is the first time I have played this. I'm just setting it up for the first time now. Being a new streamer, you would think that I would know, or maybe you'll forgive me for not knowing, rather, to turn this on before I ever, just start a stream up. But here it is, let's go.
The board is set.
First playthrough.
The native Fremen dream of creating a green Arrakis.
It's like those... I don't know if...
While the Baron Harkonnen wants to paint it red.
Don't know how I feel about the art style.
Smugglers, who above all desire
I'll reserve judgment. Let's wait. Let's test things out, okay? I'm not going to jump to conclusions here.
The noble Atreides, bound by the whims of the Emperor, are blinded by their honor.
I don't mind that Atreides are green now, not blue, okay, whatever. But my question is, when they add Ordos, which I'm sure they will,
the Spice War begins.
They won't be able to make them green. Don't. You gotta cut, and it's like you're showing a commercial for the game at the beginning of the game. You want to edit out those logos, just make it look a little nicer. I know it's early access, guys, but all right, yeah, I gotta cut him some slack. We can make this better. Now, as a background, I am familiar with Dune Spice. I don't know what I'm saying. I love Dune. Like, I haven't seen the new movie with Timothée Chalamet yet. I saw half of it, and then, it looks good, but they didn't even complete the story in the first movie. So, that being said, the video games are where it's at for me. Like the Dune 2, Building of a Dynasty for the PC. That was one of my first That was my first strategy game, and that was my first foray into RTS. That was before StarCraft. For all you littlins out there, that was before StarCraft, which was before that game as StarCraft 2, maybe. Anywho, but Dune 2 was great. Me and my friend would stay up playing that for hours at night, staying at each other's houses, or I would stay at his house. He's the one that had it, really. Dune 2000, I picked that up in the late 90s, early 2000s. That's a great game. I'm going to play that on stream sometime soon, I think. Dune 2000 grunt mods, I'll talk about all that later. Dune Spice Wars, let's get to it. Now, this is my first time starting up the game. I've never played this. I've watched a few videos. What I have not done ever is play a 4X game. Really. Same friend that liked Dune back in the day tried to get me into Homeworld. Cataclysm Homeworld, I think it's called. Or Homeworld Cataclysm. Anyway, but tried to get me into that game. It didn't click with me. Still want to give Star Wars Empire at War. I think that's what it's called. I want to try that game. I think that's 4X technically. Wait. No, that's just an RTS with like 4X Battlefield. Don't they? See, that's what I used to think of as 4X, just like a kind of a four-dimensional field of the battle. Like you could, out in space, you could, I don't know, you kind of go all around. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about at this point. Let's start. So four factions. Now, one thing to note is Emperor Battle for Dune was the last. Or is it called Battle for Arrakis? Was the last. Yeah, Dune Emperor Battle for Arrakis. That was the last Dune game to come out. I bought it back in the day, but that was when I quickly found out that my PC had been left behind in terms of, just in terms of horsepower, because that game chugged like nothing else. I could not run it. Tried to pick it up years later, and yeah, thanks Pupstar's nice. Tried to pick it up years later, and it just didn't click with me. I don't know if I was just out on games at that time, which I might have been, but I don't know. The strategy just did not click. That was a game that took place on not only Arrakis, which is Dune, the desert world, but Caladan, the Atreides home planet, the Ordos' fictional home planet, whatever that is. Not that any of this is non-fiction, but Ordos is a faction that was in the original games that did not actually wasn't in Frank Herbert's Dune. I heard it's in an encyclopedia, but I assume that encyclopedia was written years later by Brian Herbert, or I don't know. But anyway, let's get to playing the game that's in front of us. I'm on a Dune rant here. House Atreides. The stellar reputation of House Atreides owes a lot to its leader's commanding style, firm yet honorable and fair. By imperial decree, the Atreides just inherited the stewardship of Arrakis and have a lot of work to do to take over from the Harkonnens. Or Harkonnen. Tomato, tomato, some would say, and not at all, others would say. Faction bonuses can use the peaceful annexation ability. Other factions lose no authority from treaties with you. Benefits more from a high Landsrad standing. Cannot pillage neutral villages. House Harkonnen. House Harkonnen shares its chilling reputation with its leader Baron Vladimir Harkonnen. They've been called despotic, merciless, scheming, and devious, and those are only their finer qualities. Faction bonuses can use the oppression ability on Harkonnen villages. Plus 5% village resource. One second. Plus 5% village resource production per active militia. Always knows the influence flows of the other factions, and negative 10% village resource production. There's a fine line between smugglers and full-fledged bandits, and as Mar Tuek is adept at walking that line, smugglers can provide anything to anyone, provided they put the price, and do not look at the specifics too closely. Faction bonuses can install underworld headquarters in opponents' villages, can place bounties on Landsrad resolutions, improved interactions with Arrakis black markets, and limited access to the Landsrad. And then the Fremen, which I don't think Fremen was still sub-faction in the Emperor game. Fremen has just always been in Dune lore and in the Dune games. They've just been allies of the Fremen, or allies of the Atreides, excuse me. And you could usually get a few Fremen during battle, which were advanced infantry basically. But they're desert nomads. They're the desert people, the natives of Arrakis. Fremen are the only people native to Arrakis and will do anything to protect their way against the off-worlders. While their leader, Liet Kynes, doesn't originally come from Dune, she is every bit as determined and attached to the planet as the next Fremen. Big Zach says, in this game it represents Liet's plan to unite the Sietches and continue the terraforming project. Gotcha. Gotcha, understood. Oh, military units have negative 30% daily supply drain. Allows you to form alliances with Sietch outside of your territory. Sietch? I've loved Dune for years, but the terminology escapes me sometimes. May use thumpers for worm riding. Ooh. And limited access to the Landsrad. So limited. And these two have full access to Landsrad, I guess. Okay, so You know I'm going to go with Atreides. At least for the first run. Alright. Good coach, sir. Ooh. Lady Jessica, Duncan, Idaho. Thufir Hawat. So, Gurney Halleck. So this is parallel to the actual Dune narrative. I know in Dune 2000, I think they referred to Duke Leto by name, but I don't know. Yeah, I think so. But other than that, it was just kind of general with the houses, as far as I remember. Okay, pick 2 counselors. Allows you to impose any treaty upon other factions for 50 influence. They will need 100 authority to refuse. Starts with non-aggression pact treaty unlocked. The Lady Jessica is Duke Leto's concubine. Man, I need my glasses. Although she is a Bene Gesserit, her loyalty always goes to House Atreides before the Sisterhood. Hard. Duncan Idaho, all relations gained with Siege are increased by 100%, right? Negative 10% authority to cost, or cost to annex a village. So authority is a currency, got it. Right. So many currencies in this game. Oh boy. This is what usually gets me away from the ideas of 4X games, but I am full on and giving this one a try. Excuse me. Thufir Hawat. Your agents have 1 additional trait. Your villages gain plus 20% resource production for 2 days when their region is targeted by 1 or more operatives. Or operations, excuse me. Thufir is an elderly mentat, a human computer, and also House Atreides' Master of Assassins. Renowned in the Landsrat for being both outstandingly cunning and honorable, Thufir is also a mentor in the art of war and political instruction. And good old Gurney Halleck. Big Head Zach says, Water and Authority are the enforcing stability resources in the game, and they're the ones that are essential for expansion. Water and Authority. Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Or Big Head Zach. Excuse me, never assume. Alright, let's get at it. So I assume these easy, and hard. I think I was more, yeah, let's go ahead and get Lady Jessica. I might fail this miserably. I'm fully expecting that and okay with it. But like World of Horror streams prior to this game right now, I will learn and I will get better. Unlocks the veteran militia unit. Gurney sounds good. Villages gain 20% resource production for 2 days when the region is targeted by 1 or more operations. By 1 or more operations. Negative 10 authority to an next village. I already picked Lady Jessica. Says it's hard. Let's keep it simple, stupid. Do this one. Lady Jessica and Gurney Halleck. I need to watch that Dune movie. I'm pretty sure they put it back on HBO. That being said, I did watch the Kyle MacLachlan, David Lynch Dune movie. Operations are spycraft plots where you buy with intel, so the first benefit is that if opponents target you with them, you counterbalance their effects with a production boost. Nice. You sound like you've played this game, Big Head Zach. Arrakis. So, getting started. Let's start this long slog of learning the game. And hopefully played and watched a bit, yes. Oh, and by the way, for any new viewers, just so you know, Sun is taking a nap. Sun wakes up. Stream ceases. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I think I said backseating aloud for tag on this game. That was from my World of Horror stream earlier. Oh man. But no, I don't mind it so much right now. And such, since this is my first 4X game, really, I wouldn't mind it. That being said, that scenario where my son is waking up is coming to pass. So I might have to hold the stream off until later. Pause button. Pause button. Thank you. Yes, pause buttons. I always learn something from my viewers. Thank you, Big Head Zach. I appreciate that. Yeah. I don't think he's going to go back to sleep, so I will continue this stream either later tonight or tomorrow morning, probably around sometime tomorrow. I apologize, but thank you for coming in. Check out the YouTube page. The links are on the Discord. The links are for the Discord as well, or on the Twitch page. And any live stream that's missed will be posted there in its own separate playlist. And yeah, wish I didn't have to cut it short, but thank you for your understanding. Goodbye.